Hey, what's up, everyone? Happy Monday. It's the 13th, spooky, the 13th of February today, and we've been trading the stock market as usual. This is Day Trade with Tony, after all, and I am Tony. So, welcome back. I hope you had a great weekend. We've had a profitable day today. We've not got to goal. We didn't do a trade recap on Friday. It was kind of a scratch day. We did trade, but we didn't make much money on Friday. It was after fees and charges. It was kind of a break-even day, both in terms of the small account and the main account, which I'm talking about here. Today we've made just over $2,500. That's the gross position. After fees and charges, we're probably close to $1,000 because we've been very active today. Traded 4 stocks today. It was another day. The last few days have been the same. Very choppy, sideways. Not a lot of good setups to trade. Not a lot of predictable setups to trade. So trying to find good setups to trade was at a premium. And we traded 4 stocks today. One of which we traded both long and short, which was Fastly. And it was very difficult to actually have a green day. We were up, we were down, we were up, we were down, we were red, we were green, we were red, we were green. So normally my mantra is get green, stay green, get to gold, then get out. So I got green, I didn't stay green, never got to gold, so I couldn't get out. So I kind of called it quits after trading Fastly to the short side and making over $5,000 trading Fastly to the short side, which got me green and to $2,500. Means we've put the proceeds from the small account with that $500. Means we were halfway to goal today, but it was just I just didn't feel like there was something going to break out for us. So trading Fastly to the short side was kind of an inspired decision, and it just carried on selling off. And then we got out just before the football game that I wanted to watch started. So that was me done for the day. So we traded, as I say, 4 different stocks. We traded Apple. We made a little bit to start off with. We tried it again and lost that plus interest. We traded COMS Sovereign. So this was we started off. We took a position for a bounce on the VWAP. It made a nice move up, came all the way back down and sold. So I took a position at the VWAP, and I thought, okay, if we get the bounce at the VWAP, great. Otherwise, it's a very, very tight risk, and we lost $500 on that one. So then we traded it later in the day, made it back, and finished 4,200 up on that. Then we traded Vodafone. So Vodafone released news of a joint venture contract that they were entering in with a number of other telecoms providers, and they took off, and it looked like it was moving really, really well. And then I got in, and it went against me, and I lost $4,500 with them. So kind of backwards and forwards. So then we traded Fastly. Fastly, at first we made a bit of money, then we gave it back and we lost it. We ended up with like $4,000 down on Fastly. Then we went $600 up, and then we finished Fastly to the long side. This is all trading Fastly to the long side. We finished $1,700, so $1,750 down in a losing position with them. And it was because it was very choppy. It was difficult to judge the right entries and manage risk accordingly. But at that stage, we were slightly red, so I traded it to the short side. We're about $2,500 in the hole. I traded it to the short side, and it sold off all the way down to the VWAP, and I pretty much finished there, $2,500 up. So it's a green day, and every green day is a good day. So let's take a look at what we actually did. So this is COMS Sovereign, and you can see this moves slightly to the left on the chart. You can see it had a nice move up, and then it started to pull back, and I thought, okay, look for a bounce on the VWAP. So it touched the VWAP, started to move up, so that's when I entered. I thought, very tight risk, and then as it broke the VWAP, we exited. So we didn't get the move back up, but we did trade this later in the day. the next thing we trade, I'll go in chronological order. It makes more sense to do it that way. So we then traded Fastly. So Fastly to the long side. After the bell, there wasn't a lot else happening pre-market. So after the bell, Fastly started to make its move up. And our first trade, we got this nice move up, pull back, next candle makes a new high, we're in. It did pull back, we just held, and then we got out for a profit. Then as it moved up here, we entered up, and as we were breaking highs up over $12, we added to our position, and we just held way too long and got out as it broke the VWAP. Just funny enough, is it then moved up. So that was Fastly. We traded COMS Sovereign again here. So COMS Sovereign, we got in as it broke the VWAP to the upside. We got the increase in volume in there. Add to the position, take some profits. Add the position up here. Take some profits up there. Then as it flushed back down, I got in for a bounce on the VWAP. It didn't quite go the way I wanted it to, so I held through this consolidation, started taking profits, and then rode this all the way. I was able to ride this all the way up to the high point over 620. It's 625. I got in, and then as it started to make its way back down again, we got out. We got stopped out here just below $6. So all in all, COMS Sovereign, we made 4,200. So this move up was quite profitable for us. Then we traded Vodafone, I think was what came next. We got this move here as news broke. So it started to make its move up, and then after lunch, so we got this, and I ended up at the top here, the break of $0.75 as it was moving up, and then it pulled back. And I added to the position for a bounce, but averaging down, never a good idea. The only time you average down is when you're buying the dip from a position of strength, and I wasn't in a position of strength. So then we actually got out, held this too long, $4,500 down on Vodafone. So what we gained on Sovereign, we lost on Vodafone. So we were Fastly, we were down a sizable amount, and then we were down on Vodafone. We made some back on Sovereign. So we decided, okay, we're going to trade Apple. We traded Apple. Got in here, didn't break out, so we got out pretty much at the top, and we made a little bit there, and it just didn't quite go for us. So it was a little bit profitable there, but we ended up giving that back a little bit later. We then traded Fastly again. Fastly, after we just traded Apple, made a small green on Apple, and then Fastly looked to be making a move back up again. So we got in here and added to our position as this broke out. Nice little spike up. We were already in it, so when it spiked up, so we got in. We took some profits here, and this move up here, it's got us about $4,000. About $5,000 back actually. So we were about almost $4,500 in the hole. So this got us about $5,000 back. We were green on this. So we were about $600 green on this to the long side. And then we got in here as we made another pop up. Took a little bit of profit, which was great. Then added at the top. As it pulled back, we lost. We ended up getting out for a loss there. So as we broke new highs here, we went long again, got out for a loss there. So we ended up $1,700 down. So I thought, okay, it's looking weak. If it breaks lower, so at this stage it moved back up. Then if it breaks lower and breaks 1290, I'm just going to get in and short this. So that's what I did. I shorted this all the way down to pretty much down to the VWAP, covered down here, and we made $5,000 to the short side with Fastly. That was worthwhile for me trading all that to the short side. We did trade Apple again, and this is where we lost on Apple. So we went long here, and as it pulled back, we got out. But Fastly was the one that really, Fastly to the short side was really what got us profitable. So kind of very choppy the market was very choppy. It finished green. The market did, but it was one of those zigzag, up down, all the way up, and gradual moves up. It was a difficult day's trading. There wasn't a lot of big movers. The ones that did move well did it on lower volume. There was a lot of the penny stocks moved, but again, they didn't follow through. So there was nothing really sustained. It was a difficult day's trading. So I'm just happy to finish in green. Any green day is a good day, and we're finishing green today. So what does that look like on the grand scheme of things? So if we look at the overall numbers, including the $500 that we got on the small account, and if you're wondering what we did on the small account, we untraded the one stock, but go check out the small account challenge video, and you'll get a review of that. So we got $3,000 in total if we include the small account. What's good is we started off last week with 2 red days, a big red day on Monday, and then another red day. So we've put 4 green days in a row. We're still in the drawdown. We've still not recovered the big red day yet. So I mean, let's just have a quick look at where we actually are in terms of on the month right now. We're $13,000 in profit on February. However, you can see here that we're still in drawdown from last Monday. We've got $10,000 still to recover just to get out of drawdown. It's been difficult to do that this last couple of days. We've just not had the opportunities. If we go back to the calendar, you can see here that when we look at February, the only reason I made so much, I was $2,000 up coming in, just under $2,000 coming into the close, and I was able to trade lift short after the bell, after the closing bell. So on earnings, they sold off, and I was able to trade that and make $4,000 trading after hours. So otherwise, I wouldn't have made $6,000 on Thursday. Very difficult days trading on Friday, pretty much a scratch day in net terms, and then another difficult day's trading today. So we're green, but if we're looking at the actual numbers themselves for February, we're only just profitable. We're just under $14,000 profitable for February. Our average profit daily is $1,500. Now, I'm sat here being blasé about that. I know that's a lot of money, after what day are we? 13th, so halfway through the month. So that's close to $30,000 a month if you're thinking about it that way, which is very good by anyone's imagination. So don't get me wrong. Don't think that I'm being blasé about the kind of money that I'm earning. I'm not. It's just I've set myself a target of this year $6,000 a day. I averaged over $5,000 a day last year, so I'm increasing my goals for the year. I'm just finding February very difficult. January, fantastic. I have my best trading month in January, and sometimes it can be like that. You have a great month, and then all of a sudden it's not. So the swings in terms of the hot market, cold market at the moment is just difficult to get a grasp of. And February, I suppose that one big red day is hamstrung me a little bit, but just finding it difficult to get good trades. I mean, somebody commented when I was live streaming my trades last week, "Oh, I like seeing you with these big wins, the $15,000, $20,000 days," and I'm like, yeah, I like those as well, but it's just not the market for hitting those right now. We've not had any big parabolic movers. We've not had any big movers that we could really get on that are clean, what I call easy traders. They've got clean, steady moves up, halt up, gap up, halt up, gap up, that kind of thing, and step stir upwards. We've had choppy movers. We've had some big movers last week, but still choppy and difficult to trade. It's just we're going through what I suppose it's a bit of a cold market at the moment. My trade selection's on point. If I look at my trade selection, it's on point. You can see here that it's 2-to-1. So for every 3 trades that I take, one I'm losing money, and 2 I'm actually making money. 2 are profitable, one is not. So my trade selection's on point. My K ratio at the moment is very poor. So risk versus reward, and this is all stems from that one big losing day last week. But also I've been holding losers a bit too long. So it's analyzing my profits and in terms of the trades I'm taking, the expected loss, the best outcome, etc. So the K ratio, risk versus reward, is not quite there. Good risk K ratio is 2, and I'm just pretty much 0 at the moment. So that needs work. Profit factor, I am profitable, 1.25. Again, it needs to be 2 or better. Golden ratio is 2, as you kind of getting the impression. And gains versus losses right now is a little better than even, but it's the risk management is where it's going wrong. So this huge drawdown is really what's set the tone for the month. February is proving to be a little bit difficult, but it is profitable. We're still profitable. We've got $14,000 in February. We've got 10 trading days left, so we've still got quite a bit that we can we can get. If I can have an average day every day between now and the end of February, 10 trading days. So remember, got 4 days today, 4 days next week because Monday is a federal holiday. So a nice long weekend. I'm actually looking forward to a long weekend as well. So then there's 2 days after the following week as well. So 10 trading days left. If I can average the $6,000 per day, then that's going to give me $60,000. Tack that onto the $14,000 that we already have, and we're not at goal, but we came into February ahead of goal, having had such a wonderful January. Like if I can finish $75,000 in profit on February, overall, I think I'll be satisfied with. If I can get into 6 figures, even better. But I think I'm going to set myself that revised goal for February right now of $75,000, and just in my head. Once I've got there, I can kick on and see if we can get to 6 figures, and if I can get to 6 figures, can we get to goal? Goal is $120,000 per month. So that's what we're trying to achieve. Oh, we were getting the hot markets back. January, we had so many easy traders, big runners, IPO, volatile IPOs. We've got a few more IPOs this week. Tomorrow is going to be a big day. Tomorrow is going to be a very big day because we've got the CPI data, the Consumer Price Index data, which always impacts the market. The markets, the last 3 or 4 months that the CPI data has come out, the markets have moved, a couple of percentage points. 2 or 3 percentage points across the course of the day, which introduces that volatility, not just on the markets, not on the indexes, but across the market. So tomorrow we've got the CPI data dropping, so that's pre-market. That will be dropped. Come join me and see what comes out and what reaction we get, and if there's an opportunity to trade that. So we may be able to make some money off the back of that reaction, off the CPI data. That might introduce some additional volatility elsewhere, like in the small and low float stocks, small cap stocks that we like to trade. So then we've got some more data dropping on Thursday. We've got the PPI data dropping on Thursday. We've got the jobless claims on Thursday as well. We've got a whole bunch of, we've got the retail sales data on Wednesday. So there's a lot of macroeconomic catalysts that are going to impact the market this week. So I'm hoping it's going to introduce a lot more volatility to the market. We're going to see a lot more movers, get some big catalysts, and we can get some of those parabolic movers that we like so much and recover that drawdown, and then some besides. So first things first, let's see if we can recover that drawdown first. We're a little over $10,000 in drawdown still, so let's get over that. Big day tomorrow. I'll be covering it live. I'll be starting the stream a little bit earlier to cover that live. So probably about 10 minutes before that information drops, I'll be starting the stream. So normally I'm an hour before the market opens, so we're probably doing it 10 minutes before that. So about 8:20 market times, or 1:20 here in Ireland or 1:20 in the UK. Wherever you are, whatever time zone you are, work it out for yourself. Come join me live. I'll be happy to have you for company, and we'll be streaming the last hour of the pre-market session and the first 90 minutes of the regular session. It's going to be volatile. It's going to be exciting. There's going to be a lot happening. Will the markets rally on the CPI data? Will they sell off on the CPI data? I don't know. I'll wait for the data, and I'll trade the reaction rather than trying to anticipate the reaction. So come join me tomorrow. We'll see what happens, and we'll do it all over again. Hope to see you there. Take care. Enjoy your evening.